Hi YouTube, it's Catherine Michelle. Just a short little video. I wanted to let you know that Greg, Dan, and myself, and toward the end, Stephanie jumped in as well. We did a podcast, and it should be airing here pretty soon on Greg Fernandez Jr.'s channel. So when that becomes available, I will be posting it to my channel as well. We were discussing the living room and the Crowley case. And actually, we just were beginning to discuss. In Greg's book, and let me get that for you, The Gray Stage, it's the chapter where it's describing the living room and what they found. I believe it's chapter 5 or something like that. But we made it to maybe 3-4 pages in, and we got lost in the discussion. But it was a good discussion. And so again, as soon as that becomes available, I will be posting it here on my channel. Another thing is, I mean, I knew it from the beginning, and I even made a comment that, and this is really for people outside of America who watch my channel. If you remember, I told you, as Americans, they weren't going to handle a lockdown and all this other stuff, and it has nothing to do with their reasoning. Everyone, it's like, I swear, everyone here in America has absolutely lost their minds. No common sense on either side. People who say they're right, people who say they're left, people who say they're liberal, or whatever the case may be. The vast majority of people have lost their minds. I cannot tell you how many memes, clips, whatever, that people post where Trader Joe's seems to be the favorite place where people go in and start filming other people. And, you know, you're not wearing a mask, you need to wear a mask. I'm not wearing a mask, you're just a sheep. Okay. Let's set the record straight. This is my wheelhouse. Medical field, I know. So don't try, I mean, this is to those out there, trust me, I've had this argument, discussion, whatever, with a lot of people. Masks do not hurt your health. Anybody who says that, you need to toss their little opinions aside, ignore it. They do not hurt your health. And it is so funny because these women will be in there screaming, I don't know, and I'm sitting there going, if you have that much lung power, your breathing capacity is just fine. There's nothing wrong with your breathing. There's nothing wrong with you wearing a mask, and you can wear a mask. But they choose not to. Again, if you choose not to, so be it. People, let it alone. Leave it. You just stop trying to shame somebody. If they're choosing not to wear a mask, I believe, and in my opinion, I think it's wrong. I think that is an ill-educated decision. I believe that I believe people who do this are thinking of themselves only. My opinion, again, totally my opinion. It's like, to me, I view it as, and I didn't wear a mask at first. And like I said, the reasoning that people gave from the medical field changed my mind and showed me that my thinking was probably not correct in this situation. Okay, my thinking was not correct in this situation. Because again, masks protect the public from the wearer, not the wearer from the public. And so I'm like, well, you know, why bother? Because if all these yahoos out here aren't going to wear a mask and they don't care about anybody else, why should I protect them? Okay, that's selfish on my part. And that's kind of what they pointed out. And they're like, so not only do we need to take care of each other, but it also helps to reduce the viral load you are taking into your body. Okay, so if you have a mask on and you're breathing through that mask, and you're walking through areas where, because like we all know, people carry it, people shed it, and they don't even know they have it. And you don't know, if you happen to be one of those shedders, you do not know who's going to come in contact with those viral particles that you just coughed out, breathed out, spit out, sneezed out. And so somebody who's not wearing a mask walks through there and they're taking in that entire viral load. And then how it was explained to me was if you have that mask on, yes, you're still going to get some particles, but you won't get all of them. So the viral load is greatly reduced. So if you're not taking in as much, and if you're one of the susceptible people, then you are probably not going to get as ill. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. So that's when I said, okay, I'm going to wear a mask in public. I'm not a sheep. I'm not stupid. I'm educated in this area. I'm not going to go around listening to all these politics on both sides, because just like everything else in our country right now, it is meant to spread a division. How hard, seriously, I'm asking this seriously, how hard is it to wear a mask when you go in a store? You don't have to wear one at home. You don't have to wear one in your car. Unless you're in a car with a bunch of people you don't know, well then, yeah, I would suggest you wear one in your car and let your car air out when you park it. But you're going into a grocery store seriously for 15, 20 minutes? It's beyond your capacity to help your other human being, another American? You can't do that? It's that difficult for you? Come on. America is the worst. We are not number one. We are at the bottom, the very, very bottom of this entire breakout, this pandemic. We are losing on all accounts because of people's selfish and misguided, misunderstood, ill-informed, uneducated decisions. And unfortunately, it's going to continue. Because like Mark Twain said, no amount of evidence will ever persuade an idiot. So it doesn't matter how much scientific proof is out there. And people, you get these other science, and I use the quotes like a lot, because they will say, oh, it shows that it does this. Oh, it shows it does that. When other scientific papers, a lot more, have shown that even some homemade masks, depending on the material you use, actually filter more particles better than an N95. So do better research. Think about your fellow human being and seriously ask yourself, is it that hard to put a mask on when you go in a store? It's one of the easiest things you can do. Take it, do this, adjust, walk in, do your shopping, pay for everything, walk out, take it off. Set it down and leave it for the next time. Because if there are any viral particles on it, they will deactivate by the time you need it again. Will that happen? I don't know. Time will tell. But by behavior here in the U.S., I don't see that happening. And it's really sad. The world has lost over 500,000 people to this virus, and looks to be hitting more than 1 million by the time it's done. And I can't believe how many Americans are okay with that. They're like, whatever, it's not affecting me, I'm okay. And their quote of 99% of the people, I am so sick of hearing that as well. These are people who don't do the math. They're listening and spreading crap. Because right now, let me look it up. Because, and again, this figure changes all the time, and it will change, and we won't know the actual percentage until this is all said and done. So we have a long, long time to go. But the death rate among the worldwide cases, and this is because everybody else is doing better, not because we are in the U.S. We aren't helping this percentage at all. we're the ones who's making it worse. But out of the closed cases, and again, you can only look at closed cases. You can't look at everybody who's infected. You have to look at the closed cases, because infected, you don't know if they're going to recover or if they're going to progress to death. So in the closed cases, worldwide now, there are 6,067,702 recovered. So that's 92%. We have 519,977 deaths. That's 8%. It's not 1%. 8% of the people right now are dying. That's a lot. Now let's look at the United States, where we are. God, we suck. We were down to 9%. Now we're back up to 10%. We've had 1,165,206 people recover. We've had 130,856 deaths. 10% of the recovered cases have died who didn't need to die. You have to understand, these are not people who died from anything else. They would have probably not died. 130,586 Americans are dead from this. And I hear so many of these stupid people in these Trader Joe's going, only 1%, 99% are fine. You're just a sheep. Tell that to those families who lost somebody. Go and tell them that their loved one was a sheep and that they did good because they didn't wear a mask. I don't know, maybe some of them did, but it's guaranteed a lot of them didn't. See, they're smart. They didn't wear a mask. They're now dead. That's really smart. That is the ideology. That's the thinking of these people who spew this. Please don't be one of those people. Just don't. And if you see somebody not wearing a mask, keep your mouth shut. Here in America, we still have that choice. It's not your business. Mind your business and shut up. If you choose to wear a mask, I say good for you. Thank you for thinking of someone other than yourself. But don't take it upon yourself to be another person's parent. That's not your job. And I think if we all do that, it'll save a lot more conflict. We don't need any more conflict right now. There's plenty to go around. And all of it, in my opinion, is not necessary. So let's not add to it. Okay? Let's just not. I am going to stop this because I could rant on this for quite a while, because I'm really fed up with the ill-educated and those who just don't want to learn the truth because they heard something once from somebody or they saw a post on whatever platform, and now that's become the truth. It's not the truth. Okay? Take your hint from medical personnel around the world. What are they doing? And I see them all wearing masks. I see the countries that have less than 5,000 deaths, less than 1,000 deaths, wearing masks. I see the United States, who refuses to wear a mask, and we have over 130,000 deaths. Doesn't take a genius, folks. Have a good day.